It wasn't supposed to be just another Tuesday at Sao Paulo's Guarulhos airport. The late afternoon hum of jet engines, the ever-present shuffle of travelers and customs agents, the blend of Portuguese and English echoing through the halls, all were suddenly upended by an electric anticipation. On September 2nd, a sleek white Dassault Falcon 7X, tail number barely visible through the heat shimmer, descended onto the tarmac. The entire atmosphere seemed to hold its breath. Taylor Swift, global pop megastar, had arrived in Brazil. The news traveled faster than the jet itself. Swifties, her fiercely devoted fans, had been tracking her flight for hours, flooding social media with flight path screenshots and breathless speculation. Now, as the jet rolled to a gentle stop, a crowd surged outside the terminal, their voices rising in a chorus of "Welcome to Brazil, Taylor." Homemade signs bobbed above the crowd, some dedicated to Travis Kelce, the Kansas City Chiefs star tight end, and Swift's newly announced fiancé. Inside, the mood was less chaotic but equally charged. Taylor, ever the master of low-key entrances, slipped through the VIP lane in a dark t-shirt, blue jeans, and a baseball cap shadowing her famous blonde hair. Her understated style only heightened the sense of a surreal, movie-worthy moment. Here was the world's most recognizable pop star, quietly waiting her turn at immigration, exchanging pleasantries with a flustered Brazilian customs officer, while outside, thousands pressed against the glass. Minutes after clearing customs, Taylor stepped into a waiting convoy of black SUVs, flanked by a discreet but formidable Brazilian security detail. The city of Sao Paulo, already used to hosting international celebrities, kicked into overdrive. Police motorcycles carved a clear route through rush-hour traffic, whisking her to a luxury hotel near the city's pulsating center. But for Swift, this wasn't just another stop on a world tour. This trip was personal, and its timing was perfect. Days earlier, she and Kelce had announced their engagement, a seismic event that fused the worlds of sports and pop culture in ways nobody could have predicted. Now, with the NFL's Kansas City Chiefs set to play the Los Angeles Chargers at Arena Corinthians, a rare, high-stakes game on South American soil, Taylor's surprise visit was poised to become a defining media moment. The NFL has long dreamed of conquering new frontiers, but few imagined that a regular season game in Brazil would attract this level of global attention. Yet as kickoff approached on September 5th, it was clear that this was no ordinary match. The league's efforts to grow its fanbase outside North America had always faced challenges, language barriers, time zones, competition from soccer. But Taylor's arrival instantly shifted the narrative. Suddenly, Brazilian news outlets, not usually focused on American football, splashed Taylor and Travis's story across their front pages. Local Swifties, many of whom had never watched an NFL game before, snapped up tickets and Chiefs jerseys. On TikTok and Instagram, the hashtags #TaylorSwiftBrazil and #ChiefsInSao trended for days. Inside Arena Corinthians, there was a palpable sense of history in the making. Swift, surrounded by a tight circle of friends and security, waved shyly to the cameras, her presence electrifying the stadium. As the TV broadcast cut to her in the stands, online viewership numbers spiked into the millions. For the NFL, it was an unprecedented ratings bonanza. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's relationship had already been a media sensation in the United States, with every Chiefs game turning into a global event when she appeared in the stands. This time, though, the impact was even more dramatic. In Brazil, a country known for its passion for music and sport, the combination was irresistible. It wasn't just the sports pages that were obsessed. Fashion magazines dissected Taylor's casual airport look, noting her effortless blend of high and low style. Political commentators mused on the Taylor effect and its potential to change American perceptions of Brazil. Even local musicians tweeted about her visit, with some jokingly offering to teach her samba. For Swift herself, the trip was a rare chance to step outside the relentless machinery of her era's tour and enjoy a brief, semi-private getaway. Sources close to the singer said she spent her first night in Sao Paulo relaxing at her hotel, ordering room service, and FaceTiming friends back in the States. The next day, she and Travis were spotted exploring the city's vibrant neighborhoods, sampling brigadeiros, and posing for selfies with fans who happened to recognize them. The romance between Taylor and Travis had always played out in public, but in Brazil, it took on a fairy tale quality. Paparazzi struggled to keep up as the couple dined at a discreet rooftop restaurant, laughing easily and looking completely at home. Local fans, thrilled by the chance encounter, described them as genuinely sweet and down-to-earth, a sentiment echoed by staff at the hotel. Back at Arena Corinthians, anticipation built with each passing hour. The Chiefs and Chargers both knew that this game was about more than just the standings. For Kelce, the stakes were personal. He wanted to impress not just his teammates, but the woman who had flown halfway around the world to support him. When the teams finally took the field, the roar from the crowd was deafening. Taylor, now a seasoned football spectator, cheered enthusiastically, her every move captured by dozens of cameras. When Kelce made a crucial catch in the second quarter, she leapt to her feet, clapping and flashing a heart sign to the field. As the final whistle blew and the Chiefs emerged victorious, it was clear that this was more than just a game. The Swift effect had turned an ordinary NFL match into a cultural phenomenon, with ripple effects felt far beyond the stadium. For the NFL, it was a marketing masterstroke. Merchandise sales soared, particularly the limited edition Chiefs jerseys emblazoned with Kelce's number 87 and Swift's name. Social media engagement shattered previous records, with millions sharing memes, highlight clips, and photos of the couple celebrating together on the field after the game. For Brazil, the event was a source of immense pride. Newspapers called it an unforgettable night, while local businesses reported record sales of Chiefs merchandise and Taylor Swift albums. Even the city's mayor weighed in, tweeting a congratulatory message and inviting Taylor and Travis to return anytime. As Taylor's jet lifted off from Sao Paulo a few days later, the impact of her visit was still being measured. For the NFL, it was a turning point, a demonstration that American football could capture the imagination of fans far beyond its traditional borders. For Taylor, it was a reminder of her unique ability to transcend genres and unite people from all walks of life. But perhaps the most lasting effect was personal. For Taylor and Travis, the trip was a chance to celebrate their love on a global stage, surrounded by fans who embraced them not just as celebrities, but as real people. In a world often divided by language, culture, and controversy, their story was a simple, joyful reminder of the power of connection. As rumors swirl about a possible return visit, and even a surprise performance at a future NFL event, one thing is certain: the world will be watching. Taylor Swift may have come to Brazil to cheer on her fiancé, but in doing so, she brought together music, sport, and culture in a way that few could have predicted. And for the thousands who waited outside the airport, the millions who tuned in from home, and the lucky fans who caught a glimpse of music's brightest star in the heart of Sao Paulo, it was a moment they'll never forget. In an age of fleeting headlines and viral trends, Taylor Swift's Brazilian adventure was the real thing, a story worth telling, and one that's only just beginning. So what's next for Taylor and Travis? Only time will tell. But if Brazil proved anything, it's that when the worlds of music and sports collide, magic happens, and the world can't look away.